welcome back to the Learn Python Fast. This is part 4 of our Python tutorial series where we are learning programming step by step. In the previous videos we talked about Python basics such as variables, conditions, lists, dictionaries and functions. Those concepts are very important because they are building blocks of real programs, but today we are going to do something even more interesting. Instead of writing small examples, we'll build a complete Python game together. In this video we are going to create a number guessing game using Python. In this game, the computer will secretly choose a random number and the player must try to guess it. The game will give hints to the player and will also count how many attempts the player makes for guessing the correct number. This project will use several important Python features including random numbers, loops, user input and conditional statements. By the end of this video you will have created your own Python game and you will understand how programming concepts come together to build something interactive. So let's start building our game. First, we need to import something called a model. A model is basically a collection of tools that Python already provides for us. For this game, we need a way for Python to generate random numbers. Random numbers are important because we want the secret number in our game to be different each time the game runs. Python has a built-in model called random which can generate random numbers for us. To us, this model we simply import it at the beginning of our program. This single line of code allows our program to use many different random number tools. Now that we have imported the random model, the next step is to greet the player. Whenever we build a program or a game, it's a good idea to give the user some instructions so they understand what the program does. In this case, we'll print a welcome message that explains the goal of the game. These messages help the player understand what they need to do in the game. When the program runs, this message will appear on the screen before the game starts. Now we need to create a secret number that the player will try to guess. We'll use the random model to generate a number between 1 and 50. The function random means random integer. It tells Python to choose a random whole number between the two values we provide. Every time the game runs, Python will choose a different number which makes the game more interesting and unpredictable. Next, we want to keep track of how many guesses the player makes. Tracking attempts makes the game more fun because the player can see how many tries it took to guess the correct number. To do this, we create a variable called attempts and set it to 0. Each time the player makes a guess, we'll increase this number. Now we need a way for the player to keep guessing until they find the correct number. To do this, we use something called a loop. A loop allows the program to repeat a block of code multiple times. In this case, we'll use a while loop that continues running until the player guesses the correct number. The phrase while true means the loop will keep running forever unless we manually stop it. Inside the loop, we ask the player to enter a guess. We also increase the attempts counter by 1 every time the player guesses. Now we need to check whether the player's guess matches the secret number. To do this, we use if statements, which allow the program to make decisions. If the guess is correct, the program prints a success message and shows the number of attempts. The void break stops the loop and ends the game. If the player's guess is incorrect, we'll give them a hint to help them get closer to the correct answer. If the guess is lower than the secret number, the game tells the player the guess was too low. If the guess is higher than the secret number, the game tells the player the guess was too high. These hints make the game more interactive and help guide the player toward the correct answer. Now we are going to improve our game by adding difficulty levels. This means the player can choose whether the game is easy, medium or hard. Each difficulty level will change the range of the secret number. This makes the game more interesting because players can challenge themselves. Now generate the secret number. Now we'll make the game more challenging by limiting the number of attempts. The player will only have 7 chances to guess the number. If the player cannot guess the number within those attempts, the game ends. Now change the loop. If the player runs out of attempts, finally, we'll add an option that lets the player play the game again without restarting the program. This is a common feature in real games. And that's it. We have successfully created a complete Python game. In this project, we use several important programming concepts such as random numbers, loops, user input variables, and conditional statements. Projects like these are extremely useful when learning programming because they allow you to see how different concepts work together in a real program. The more projects you build, the more confident you will become as a programmer. And that's it. Today we built a complete Python game from scratch. Added difficulty levels, limited attempts, and a replay option to make the game more interactive. Projects like this help you learn programming much faster because you are building real programs. Keep practicing and try improving the game yourself by adding new features. In the next video, we'll build another Python project and continue improving our programming skills. Thank you for watching Learn Python Fast. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe and share it with others who want to learn programming.